Returning to another spectacular episode of Young Climber. We are wrapping up the month of October, and we continue to bring you the best of entertainment when it comes to conversations that we have with individuals that join us, successful individuals, and that continue to inspire you and all the young ones in the kingdom of Eswatini. Today, entertainment. When we talk entertainment, I become very, very happy. Our guest today is a record label owner, a DJ, event promoter, event manager, and you know him for the beautiful event that is called Farmers Market. I mean, amongst many other things, Culolami or Mbekezeli or Mr. Melting Sea, whichever one you prefer. He is joining us right here on Young Climber to, unpack his life. But today we want to get to know the real Culolami and how this journey started. Welcome to Young Climber.
Thank you for having me.
I've spoken about the starting of the journey. Usually, when we eventually grow up. Did you know from the beginning that you were always going to be an entertainer or in the entertainment industry from the things that you were doing?
When I was growing up, when you were at high school, you always said, I want to be a doctor.
Yeah.
I want to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
But I've always had the passion. Of gathering people, actually, of being in the public space, not specifically entertainment, because before I was a sports person. I used to love a lot of sports. Okay. I still do. I still follow a lot of sports, and if you can see me on my spare time, I'm always watching super sport, like from morning. Like even the people I stay with, my family, they were like, hey, can we watch something else? We're tired of your sports. So I'm a sports person. Each and every sport I watch them. But then I fell in love with music when I was still a little boy. And I grew up listening to a lot of music, watching a lot of festivals online, Tomorrowlands. And then that's how the career of entertainment came about.
I like that because entertainment is also a business, so equipping yourself with more knowledge means that not is to gain, because it's not only about the entertainment, there's a lot that goes behind it. But now we talk about Melting Sea Entertainment as a record label. When did you establish that? How did that start?
No, Melting Sea. It's a funny story how Melting Sea started. I started Melting Sea in 2018.
Okay.
The vision actually about Melting Sea started in 2018 when I used to like clothes, local branded clothes, your MPO, your TOS. And by then TOS was trending. So at the same time, Culolami's career was growing. People were now getting used to Culolami and the different genre I play of Afrobeats. So people would come to Solanis to watch Culolami. Every time they would ask me, what time are you playing? So I would understand, because now I have followers. Maybe if I can start a clothing brand. So I started it and I made the logo, the C logo, and then I just did t-shirts, caps, and then the people were commenting, what's the name of this C? And then I was like, it's just a C representing Culolami. And then they used to say, no, call it a dripping C. So I say to them, no, man, let me call it a Melting Sea.
Right.
So that it was actually named by the masses, not me. So the masses named Melting Sea. So that is why I think that is why people love it so much, because they named it.
And from 2018, how can you say it's evolved as a brand? Because now it's well known, all over the posters. And before we talk about the artist management part, how do you think the brand has evolved since 2018? I mean, you went through COVID with it. 2018.
The brand has grown. As I said earlier on, it was a clothing label, and then we moved to to event promotions, and then we started hosting events with Melting Sea.
Yeah.
Now it has grown to be a record label. It's managing artists, so it has really grown, and it has even tapped into the corporate space. We are now aligned with a lot of corporates who have so much belief into the brand.
I like that. And you know, we talk about managing artists. Lo munye umuntu angangafuna kuba like in the front line of everything, but you know, some people banelkhono nje just to manage people, and you are, you know, you're a man of many talents. You are in front and you're at the back. You've been managing artists. Can you talk about the challenges of managing artists in the Kingdom of Eswatini, and of course the artists that you're managing? Yeah.
Okay, I think I gained the experience of managing artists at Culolami. Yeah, that's where I gained, actually not even artists, managing people, employees.
Yeah.
Because at Culolami I was the entertainment manager for about 5 to 6 years. So I used to manage the DJs, the entertainment and marketing side.
Yeah.
So every now and then I'd have to do meetings, team buildings, learn from other experienced people in the industry. And me moving to Melting Sea and managing my own people, it was quite a bit easier because I already had the experience. I gained a lot from Culolami. So for me to manage artists was just 1, 2, 3 things that I can, and it's easy. Yeah, I'd say like that.
And the challenges. Can you get into the challenges?
Yeah.
Because it can't be all.
Yeah, my challenges, no, they're there, my account. The challenges are there because, you know, when you manage artists now as a record label, you need to be financially stable. That's one thing, because, you know, here, without any doubt, here in Swaziland, artists still growing. They don't pay much. So the talent is there, but for now, the arts don't pay much. But those who've made it, I'm happy for them. But yeah, the challenges are there. First is the financial problems. They are there. They are huge. We have the managing of the artist.
Logistics,
the artist on its own, like building the brand, because the most important thing is here we fail to understand here in Eswatini actually is building the brand, maintaining the brand. When I was coming up here to the studio, I was talking to somebody that, you know, here we are not afraid of social media. And social media can destroy you as a brand. I was telling somebody it was social media. So all of that, those are the kind of challenges. And whereas for Melting Sea, currently, I manage more females than males. So it's really challenging. Females, they're really challenging. They are really challenging. But we're learning every day, we're learning. Gaining more experience, but it's okay for now.
And you know, we've come from a beautiful weekend. Eswatini Farmers Market, the 3rd edition, I believe, was taking place just this weekend. Can we talk about the establishment of Eswatini Farmers Market, where it started, the idea being brought to life?
Do you want the history?
The history, please, yes.
Yeah, the history about Farmers Market. Okay, Farmers Market started in 2022. It was a sad story. That's now a good story to tell. When I started Eswatini Farmers Market, I had lost my job. So when I lost my job, I was broke. And I had a lot of expenses that were like I would face every month, you know, monthly expenses actually, like to live. So I had no money, nothing, like literally nothing. But then, you know, when I say Ngulungulu khona, I remembered, because what's my passion? My passion is to bring people together. You understand? Yes, I have the certificates, I'm qualified, I will get the job. But I lost a job. I'm from being managed. I'm tired. So why don't I start my own thing? Yeah, well, but I don't have the money. So I realized that in 2012 is there's a cousin who was landing in South Africa. So one weekend he took us and my brother, my older brother, to South Africa, and then we went to ESI Farmers Market.
Yes, yes.
So immediately I was there. I was still young. I said, "Oh, this is so nice."
It's a beautiful
Yeah,
concept.
and I got home to Swaziland. By then it was Swaziland. When I got home to Eswatini, like I was going around. There was no farmers market. There was only flea market. There was no farmers market. So from then, 2012, I was writing scripts like this is how I want it to be. So I then started getting invites to attend Bushfire through me managing the artists. They were getting bookings at Bushfire. So I'd experienced Bushfire because me just going to Bushfire didn't have the money. But now my artists are getting booked. So now I'm experiencing, oh, this is the Bushfire. This is how things are done. And I also liked this concept. It was called Pop Sunday. I liked it a lot. And with the traders, getting a lot of traders there. Bushfire, I like the festival concept. 4 Ways, I like the farmers market. So I said, how will I bring the three together and make it one thing? Bring entertainment, bring farmers, bring traders into one thing. So that's how farmers market was born. But the sad part about it is that I had no money. So I have the concept now written. So now I have to implement it. But there's no money, like literally zero. So I said to me, how will I implement this? And then I remembered, I'm good friends with San El. I called San El. I said, hey, San El, man, I'm broke. I have nothing. A good friend of me. Can you lend me money? Maybe I just. And then San El said, no, I'll lend you money. You're my good friend for the longest time now. What about you start something that will last you forever? I will support you. Tell me. And then you call me after you tell me. And by then he was coming for Bushfire 2022.
Yes, I remember.
So when he came, I was like, hey, Sanele, man. What business? So I remembered what's I man. Farmers, I took my ANF and unfortunately I lost my diary. I took that diary I used to write on. It was orange, being pure and I lost it. And if somebody has that diary, then I'm an It had a lot of ideas. I used to write a lot of concepts, beautiful concepts. So and after that, I told him, I know, let's do farmers. I said, Sanel, okay, great, let's do it. Then if you remember very well, it was called L World Experience in collaboration with Eswatini Farmers. But up until this, I say, now you can continue now because I told you when you started, I will leave you with it. So when it came in, I told you I had lost a job, everything. So I was going through depression, like serious depression. But I'm not a person who shows man. I laugh, I meet with people, but so I don't want to show so and then it came about and we did it with San El and they said, the way you market, I'll also market the way. So if you can go to their page on Instagram, post that they were pushing now, pushing like hard. So that is why we had so many people. People were shocked. Even in SA, he said, what's saying the voice in the farmers market in collaboration? So that's how it came together.
What a beautiful, beautiful story. We'll take a short ad break. When we return, we'll talk about, attracting big brands and, of course, how farmers market is going to evolve in the next years. What you are planning from Eswatini, and, of course, just to get to know more of Culolami. But that is only when we come back. We are back, and today we are hosted by your #1 destination in Eswatini, all the way up in Sibebe, is Sibebe Resort. If you're traveling to the Kingdom of Eswatini, you can get to enjoy this place and experience a lot of activities, as they have a water park, they have game walking all over around. It's summer, you can get to swim, they have beautiful accommodation, and if you're in and around Eswatini, just come here and enjoy the good food that they serve at their restaurant. We are still continuing the story of Melting Sea, the story of Culolami. What an inspirational story about how the farmers market started. But now it's a big thing. And not good now. So, you know, some events start small and then they grow, but yours just turned from, I can't even say from hero to hero. Nyalo, you attract, you know, big brands, which some events fail to do. How do you manage to attract big brands, even my brands, Lange Lana in the Kingdom of Eswatini, to sponsor your event?
I think it goes into professionalism.
Yeah.
We as, I wouldn't say we as black people, but we are afraid of paper. Yeah, when submitting a paper, but we have all the ideas in our mind, and we like speaking about them. But they say submit the paper will take the longest time. So what I've realized in the paper, the professional side of it, is just sending. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to be rejected. Rejection is there, and rejection makes you better. Because they won't reject you and say no. They will reject you with maybe a paragraph of fix then you try next year. So we're attracting big brands because, okay, yes, the numbers are there. The organization of the festival on its own is there. That's what most corporates and big businesses want to see.
That's why, you know, earlier I was saying even the education is important as an entertainer, because kuna tinto letinga support your education. But, you know, moving on, you did say that you were a part of Solani's for 6 years as an entertainment manager. What are some of the experiences that you learned there that are now helping you in your now career, or I'd say in your now space? Because maybe Solani's was manageable because, you know, it's an establishment. You know, if they want their drinks, they go somewhere. You don't have to manage traders. You don't have to work with brands. Now you're in a completely different space, but I'm sure there are things that you picked up there that you're using now.
Solani's, I think that is where I learned actually most, like everything about management, leading people, entertainment, organization. That's actually where I learned most of the things, because between me and you, or between anybody, Solani is one of the biggest clubs we have here in the country. It's one of the ones that's in the kingdom, because it attracts big brands now. Like the last time Black Coffee was in Eswatini was at Solani's. The last time Caspania West was in the country was at Solani's. So it attracts a lot of big brands. They've also partnered with big brands like Vodka in South Africa, in Ciroc, like a lot of big brands. They've been to MTV, BET, so Eswatini TV. So they're a huge brand. But that's where I actually learned a lot, like 6 years. That's a very organized establishment, because they have a lot of roles to play, but they have unity. They help each other. Akusho ukuthi nangabe no department A or city department B. We are just a family, so that whenever one leaves, we are able to cover each other within those management structure.
And before everything, you know, Culolami is a DJ. And you've also experienced it from the other side, I would say. Can you just talk about your experience as a DJ, your low days? Labe bakunegotiate khona for kucela nje usibambele set nang 1000 yabona, to, you know, evolving now. I know earlier you were saying, hey, this DJing thing, I'm slowing down on it, of course, because, you know, balance. But can you just talk about your experience as a DJ in the Kingdom of Eswatini?
Yeah, as a DJ in the Kingdom of Eswatini, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
But the reason it's really hard, it's because I think they haven't realized it, the DJs. Why is it hard? It is hard because we are playing people's music.
Yeah.
That's the reason it's hard. We are playing people's music.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can't bring, I can't bring Kabza.
Yeah.
And then you again, you play
You
Kabza.
play Kabza.
So
Yeah, yeah.
who owns the songs? It's Kabza.
Yeah.
So that's the thing the people, the nation needs to understand. Yeah, so I think if ever we can just try to produce and make our own thing. Look at this new movie, Ekai.
Oh, okay.
Bagangwane.
Yeah, yeah.
Bagangwane. Look at how huge it is. Like it's done in Eswatini, it's in cinemas. I'm also searching it now. Mangifika endlini ngivula Netflix ngiyayiphinza-phinza.
Yes.
Because it's huge. Look at look at the rich culture we have. Look at the rich instruments we have, bomakhonyane.
Yeah.
Look if we can expose that to the international market. So yeah, I think it's basically that. My struggle is as a teacher in log.
Yeah.
Otherwise, people can pay.
And you know, we've seen the artists at certain events. Can you talk about the artists that you manage? Because I did mention that maybe Banfa Lona who manage Melting Sea, but you know, we've seen the quality. We've seen the quality that the DJs produce. Some of the DJs, or your artists rather. Can you talk about them and how you are hoping to, you know, advance their careers and, you know, just putting them out there?
Okay, Melting Sea currently manages Culolami as a brand.
Yeah.
They also manage the High Flying Trend Twins. They are also now, but they came as ordinary DJs.
Yeah.
But now they're producing music. They have even music on Spotify. You can go there, you'll find Trend Twins. We also manage Stella Jacobs.
Yeah.
We recently took over. I think about 6 months ago, we took over Stella Jacobs' career. He was signed us under us. We have no tick. Yeah, basically we have those four. We have also a new upcoming producer with Smith Felix. He's a new upcoming producer, but I'm a person who believes in scouting talent and making it big.
Yeah.
I don't want big and making big.
Yeah,
I want small and
and
making
make it big, of course.
Yeah. So basically we are managing those for now.
And can you talk about the advice that you would give to, you know, aspiring event promoters in the Kingdom of Eswatini, young people who are looking to be at the place you're at? Because khona abantu labagood ngale organizing labafisa ukufika kuleli zinga lokulo nawe, and just how knowing what to pick, when to pick it, because you know, seeing the success of Eswatini Farmers Market, you could run it 3 times a year and it would be a success. But you run it annually. Just can you talk about that? You know, doing things at the right time, and of course, any advice you'd give to an aspiring event promoter.
The trick, the advice I can give to an aspiring event organizer is work hard.
Yeah.
Get up, work hard, and take this as a career, because some make it a side hustle. So that's the thing.
Yeah.
If you're taking this as a career, you will make it. As I was coming up for this interview, I was telling someone over the phone, saying, please help me, I'm doing this, I want to host this, how do I approach this? And that's the first problem, is that when Mbekezeli, I'm on the road. I just had a big festival, but I'm still on the road. That's the problem you have about promoters. They feel like everything can be done and completed using the phone. Guns, the groundwork is still there. 80% of a success of an event is on the ground.
Okay.
It's on the ground. So I guess if people can wake up, work hard, they can make it.
Yeah, it's definitely all in the work.
Yes.
And just lastly and briefly before we wrap up, what is the vision for Melting Sea Entertainment in the next 5 years? I had a question.
Yeah.
What do you see?
Melting Sea. Okay, Melting Sea as a company, we're seeing ourselves as one of the biggest record labels here in Eswatini.
Yeah.
We already have a festival. We already have actually 2 festivals because we have Eswatini Farmers Market. We also have Momo Experience.
Yes.
We also have mini events, and yeah, in the next 5 years, we want to see it grow, helping the Eswatini arts industry, because basically my heart is there,
Yeah.
just to help the arts industry here in Eswatini. And if you can go back to my social media, you'll see I always say Eswatini to the world and beyond.
Yeah.
That's all. That's my theme, because I want to see Eswatini arts industry up there. That's my. Once it's up there, I'm done.
Alrighty, okay. A big thank you to you, Culolami. You know, we could go on and on with this conversation, but thank you for sharing a part of yourself. And, you know, we got to know the story behind the beautiful concept that is Eswatini Farmers Market, and we do hope to see that there will be other events that you will be creating in the near future. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you for having me.
All righty, Babuela Makaya. That was Culolami, Mr. Melting Sea. Just an inspiration. If you are letting failure get you down, do not do that. Remember your passion. That is all he is saying. And of course, work hard. So hamba, let things catch you on the way. But we are wrapping up this episode. We will be back next week, Tuesday at 6:30. Good night and God bless.